What's up, y'all? We back in the building. Big kill zone on your phone. And money still on. You know. Y'all know what time it is. If you didn't, you know what I'm saying? Now you know. You know what I'm saying? So we back in the building. You know what I'm saying? We back in the building. And make sure I came on early for the little homies. I know they, you know, gonna be probably late seeing this, but we gonna go ahead on and we gonna make it do what it do. You know what I'm saying? And we gonna go ahead and make it do what it do. So we're gonna make it do what it does. Just posting up this promo. But you know, so gotta, you know what I'm saying, got to come in here and talk to y'all, man. And what's that?
Discovered a strange device that is already active. It feels alive. I'm not receiving any information when scanning.
Parasite harvester. Oh, okay, you can use it later. Alright.
The environment is changing. Could the force be adapting?
Uh-oh. Yeah, y'all. So I wanted to come on here and talk to y'all about, you know, sex and drugs and how it won't heal you. You know, I have never been a drug addict, but I have been a sex addict. You know what I'm saying? And the reason for it was, you know, I've told this story a few different times where, you know, you know, when I was younger, I had a couple defining moments, you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't say I was abused, but, you know,
Discovered a device with a sentient shaped imprint. Conducting field test.
Uh-oh.
It scared me. But for what purpose?
Complexity, reconstruction, complexity to the environment. Okay, so yeah, like, I had been, you know, I ain't gonna say intimate, but I had been introduced, you know, to sexual activity way younger than I was supposed to. And that plus, you know what I'm saying, having cable in my room young, being an insomniac, but a hard sleeper. It was hard for me to go to sleep, but to stay asleep, it was cool. You know, and it's been like that my whole life. So, you know, I'm getting better now. Changes in diet and exercise and stuff like that. And, you know, from there, basically from there, I started, you know what I'm saying, I came into puberty, but at the same time I was, you know, in the church and stuff like that. So I had a very, very duplicitous or truplicitous mind. I mean, of being a free mind. The one hand was doing the right thing, honoring, you know, myself, my family, and God. You know, being a kid, staying in the kid's place, not trying to be, you know what I'm saying, just, you know, being a kid, trying to just enjoy being a child, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, having outside influences and stuff like that. And the other part of it was, you know, me, you know, naturally and physically and mentally being stimulated and liking it, right? So that led me to, you know, my formative years, and, you know, after I got to being, you know, a teenager, stumbling on, you know, X-rated materials and stuff like that. And because I was very sheltered and a lot of people around me were, you know what I'm saying, basically allowed to move freely, so there was, you know, instances of people being young and sexually active around me, but I wasn't. And because I was trying to uphold a certain image or a certain, like, you know, because anytime I did something wrong, there was always some repercussions to it, you know, to it. So, you know, I've never tried to do anything because trouble would always find me. You feel me? So I avoided a lot of different things at all costs. You know, but as I got older, it created a very real anger and discontentment with how I was raised, how I was taught to interact with women, the whole 9 yards. And so with this, you know, I developed the habit of, you know, watching the X-rated stuff, and, you know, which affected, you know, intimate relationships. It affected how I viewed and perceived women. A whole lot of different things.
The variety of dangerous fauna on this world is beyond anything I've previously experienced. I hate to use the term, but it feels mythic. It's impossible not to think of my books. Hydras, gorgons, and other monsters returning to life.
So, you know, I say all this to say that, you know, this was, you know, and then what was the other thing? This was very, very much influenced too by my, you know, social and my social, what's the word, peer pressure and social economical pressure. You know what I'm saying? Meaning that I was, you know, trying to compete with other guys and trying to compete with, you know, pretty much compete with these guys on a, you know, on a different level. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, you know, have sexual experiences and stuff like that. And it formed a bad addiction. it formed, you know what I'm saying, and it formed a very, very toxic trait in me because, you know, I would always look at women in a certain light. You know what I'm saying? Because I felt like, well, if she ain't doing it with me, she's doing it with somebody else, which is true. But you treat every situation with a woman the same, and they're all different. You know what I'm saying? It seems fundamentally the same about most women, but not all women are the same way. So with this being said, it affected relationships, it affected friendships, it affected a lot of different things. And like I said, I can't speak of being, you know, a drug addict, but I can speak about being a sex addict. Neither one of these things are gonna heal you in your brokenness. You know what I'm saying? You have to get closer to, one, you got to get closer to God, and two, you have to look in the mirror and say, okay, why is it that I want to, you know, if you're, you know, you guys in high school, you should be doing that, no way, but why is it that I want to be, you know, sexually active? Why is it do I want to, you know, try drugs? You know, is it because a rapper said something about it? Or is it because, why? Why is it? And once you start, you have to, it's a mental fortitude that you have to stop it, because it becomes a part of your everyday life. At least with sex, you can kind of, you know what I'm saying, there's no immediate danger, and, you know, masturbation and stuff like that. But you are poisoning your mind and rotting your mind and putting your mind at risk for deterioration. Oh, shoot. You putting your mind at risk for deterioration and for, you know,
prevented me from returning to the ship.
You're putting your mind at risk for those things to be effective. And it took, you know, an incident with me recently that really changed and shaped me into something, you know what I'm saying, something all the way together different. Like, it took me it made me more mature. It made me more, what's the word I'm looking for? It made me more mature. It made me more inept about what my problems were. And, you know what I'm saying, I just realized that the way that I was living my life was not conducive to nobody. It wasn't conducive to myself. It wasn't conducive to my family, because I you know, I come from a very loving and, you know, even though at times sheltering family, I, you know, compared to a lot of the people that I grew up with, I wouldn't trade my family in for the world. So, you know what I'm saying, you have to, like, start counting your blessings before you start, you know what I'm saying?
Environmental adaptation isn't unique to the forest. The desert has similarly been altered. Could the whole world be rearranging itself?
Before you go and, okay, I'm finna go and I'm about to, you know, I'm about to try these drugs, or I'm gonna try to lay down with this woman, right? You have to very much ask yourself, what are you doing this for? This is just to get your mind off the fact that you've been having a hard time at work, or that you've been alone, or you're feeling feelings of loneliness. What is this? You know what I'm saying? Why are you pursuing these things? And are you being honest with yourself? Do you love the person that you are, you know, going to have intercourse with? You know what I'm saying? Do you see yourself with this person in a few years? You know, or forever? If you know what I'm saying? Like, society is gonna press you to be a male, chauvinistic, misogynistic, uh, um, player, and you know what I'm saying, sleep with as many women as you can and brag about it. You know what I'm saying? Just because you can do it. And if you're not doing it, you are a beta male simp that needs to die alone, that nobody likes, nobody cherishes, you know. And don't just be with somebody, you know what I'm saying? Like, because the things that I thought that the quote unquote players or whoever did, well, actually, no, they never did. I was actually worse. I was telling myself, oh, I'm, you know, and I still believe this on some point, on some level. I do feel like when it comes to me being in a relationship, when I'm in a relationship, and assuming there's no red flags, assuming that we're both on the same page, which really hasn't happened yet, you know, either I'm, you know what I'm saying, being more, you know, that's a whole separate conversation, but either I'm being fulfilled in it or I'm not being fulfilled in it. And a lot of times when I'm fulfilled in it, the woman isn't fulfilled in it, or vice versa, but that's a whole different topic. But even still, I was looking at the whole, the like, the women that were crazy about me. I was just like, okay, well, maybe they should be, because they fell in line with this dude over here, maybe they should fall in line with me and my program exactly to the T. Never mind that they were nice or whatever the case may be, but outside of the fact, like, I didn't give it enough time, I don't feel like, or if I did, and if I felt like they weren't respecting me, I would try to assert my dominance by telling them, you know, like how I didn't, how they, you know what I'm saying, like how they needed me and how, you know what I'm saying, that they should be grateful and thankful that they with me and all of these different things, and how these other guys aren't doing this and wooty. And again, because it would start off, me and this person, and because I wanted to settle down, right? It would start off very much, I'm in love with this person, I'm wanting to get to know this person, because I wasn't trying to like sleep around. I had the opportunity many times to be be an infidel, you know, sleep with women just because, you know what I'm saying, and both old, you know, as, you know, a young adult and as a full-grown man, you know what I'm saying, like, it didn't stop. Who is this?
Might be the oppressive heat, but I keep catching myself glancing over my shoulder, only to find shadows and the astronauts staring back. Whenever I try to reach them, I find myself in a sandstorm. I can't seem to stop this from happening.
So, what's that?
There's a naturally occurring object here. Somewhat like an obelisk in appearance. Xenoglyphs are etched into it.
Whoa, there he is. So, you know, And so I kept asking myself, well, why am I getting into relationships? Because one, I don't have the capital. You know what I'm saying? And relationships, especially the older you get, become about how well you can be as a provider, as a man. So if you're, you know, a lot of the problems that you're having with women, a lot of them can be fixed by being financially stable. And notice, I'm not talking about just having a whole bunch of money and like tricking and doing. I'm more so saying having your business in order.
Enough.
You know what I'm
I
saying?
understand. I'm trapped.
Like having your business in order, having your, you know,
This knew I would be coming back.
your life in order, you know, and that way you can afford to, you know, be in a relationship. You can afford to, you know, have a meaningful relationship.
Someone else is here. An astronaut, but that's impossible. Is it guiding me? The lights were left on. It's open. This has changed. It's like someone is moving things. I haven't needed these for a while.
Like I said, when you're addicted and afflicted,
Hello?
either by sex or drugs,
Who's there?
you're able to your ability to have logic and reason goes all the way out of the window, because you're operating out of a state of fear. You want to have a whole bunch of sex and you want to take a whole bunch of drugs because you're trying to get away from the fear of the loneliness, the depression of it all. You trying to escape
I always
something.
wanted to leave. Was it worth it?
You're trying to escape yourself. You're trying to escape your problem instead of just facing it. Instead of just facing it, you're avoiding it.
Delay in our adequate match. Astra found a way to...
The aftermath.
It's still waiting. remember you.
She's really tweaking. I'm not sure, y'all. I think I might eat too much. Always get that good old itis. But anyway, here's the skinny on it.
I've never seen this before. Regrettable delay. Inadequate match. Who's this for?
How did we end up back outside? Okay. So you know, I went and just realized that, you know, it was just, I was making all of this time, like, I'm trying to prove to the world and myself that, you know, I could have this beautiful woman, and I could do this, and I can do that, and...
Scout log. Atropos. This is my 10th return. There are 4-meter-tall corpses littering the ground. Piled up, perhaps centuries ago. I can't tell if there was civil war, or genocide, or mass ritualistic suicide. Some of the bodies I find of myself have been wounded in a similar manner. I don't understand how that can be possible.
And so, you know, you kind of had to get a leash on life. And, you know, it's going to be when you're incapable of, you know, effectively communicating and conveying your feelings with a woman, that's going to hurt your relationship or potential relationship in the same way with drugs. It alters your mind and numbs you to the pain, and but then you become dependent on it. You know what I'm saying? So it's just not the way. Like, if you can avoid it, if you can stand your ground and be your own man, you know. Hold on right quick. You already know what I'm doing, man. I'm just over here breaking it down to him like I do all the time, and, you know, offer a game and play some games. What's up? Yeah. Did. Yeah, you know it. You know it. Yeah. This Hayes on the phone, y'all. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, but hey, let me hit you back though, cause I'm finna breaking this game down to him. We talking about how drugs and sex ain't the way. You know, well, no, you know it ain't. Or it. No, but we not talking about two Hayes. We talking about. So yeah, I hit you back. All right. So yeah, that was Hayes checking in. You Ain't Lying podcast, Wednesday 6 p.m. You know I gotta say that. So it's just like you aren't. You know what I'm saying? If you can't control yourself when you're around women, Like, you just gotta have them. You just gotta be around them. You just, you know what I'm saying? And you only around them for the sexual gratification that comes along with being around a woman. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not, you know what I'm saying? That's not normal. You know, like, you looking at women as just sexual objects. And I'll say this. I agree, and we're gonna talk about this tonight during Tales of a Simp. I agree that men, you know what I'm saying, being friends, if the person, if the two people are, one is, you know, interested in the woman, and or the man, and the other party isn't interested, I agree with men not necessarily, or women not having friends, because you're going to want to, you know, hook up with them. You know, and and I'm speaking from the sexual side, because I've never been addicted to drugs myself, you know what I'm saying? But I was, you know, having chronic allergies when I was younger. I was prescribed prescription medication when I got to high school, and I was, they tried to diagnose me as clinically depressed on antidepressants and stuff like that, until I told my mom, like, look, I don't have a problem. It's just people, I can see, I don't like being fake with people. If people can't accept me for who I am, then I don't need to be around them. And on top of that, you know what I'm saying? Like, me and Hayes is cool. Me and certain people is cool. You know what I'm saying? Me and certain, I do have female friends that is strictly platonic, but it's very few of them. You know what I'm saying? So this is not, a far-fetched thing, but for a lot of guys, they have let society tell them that they're, educated lames or rescue Ronnies or whatever, and that they're never going to get laid. So they have a fear of getting laid, of not getting laid, and that becomes the addiction. In the same way, you might think that pill is harmless. You might think, though, that, those drugs or whatever is harmless, and they're not going to do anything to you to just make you feel a certain type of way. They just make you, it dulls the pain, it dulls your senses. You know what I'm saying? You may think that, but in reality, you are messing with your mind, your physicality, your perception, and now it's, in the same way as a guy who's a sex addict or a woman who's a sex addict gotta have sex every day. Some people graduate in their sexual journeys, like they experiment and they do different things, and some people have been, like I said, introduced into sexual activity early. You know what I'm saying? Some people were abused, flat out. And there's a lot of different caveats to it. The same thing with drugs. You might have started when you were young, you know what I'm saying, sipping brew and, maybe hit a cigarette or something like that. But that high that you got, you know what I'm saying, it catapulted you to a different level and a different zenith of where you were. So now you are dealing with the effects and the fallout of being a smoker or a drinker or a drug addict. Your parents might have been on drugs. You know what I'm saying? So there are things that are in play, but it's not going to heal you. It's not going to change reality, but for that moment. It's not going to, the pain is not going to go anywhere. It's going to stay right there. It's going to stay right there. And not only is it going to stay right there, it's going to intensify. Because the older that you get and the more that you live in this lifestyle, if you're, taking drugs, your body's going to break down. If you are a sex addict and a chronic masturbator, your sperm count is going to go down. It's going to be hard for you to have children unless you just have an overreactive sperm count, And so, and I believe we play ourselves into thinking otherwise.
Deciphering the blood-red xenoglyphs has failed to reveal any symbolism behind statue wrapping. Suffocation, imprisonment, metamorphosis. I enshroud myself in the tide. My shadows lurk everywhere and deeper. Perhaps they were simply trying to bandage themselves and heal, then transform into something greater and ascend.
And it's just not gonna heal you. It's gonna make things worse, because I'm just here to tell you, man, like 15 years of being a sex addict, it really, like, it really caused me pain, because it's like, yo, I see that me wanting perfection or wanting control over somebody, and why I approached them initially was half sincere, but the other half unjust and out of lust, it was never gonna last. It was never gonna last. And they didn't. In the same way that your life isn't gonna last if you continue to be on drugs, if you continue to abuse your body. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be a continuous cycle. A dangerous one at that. Because once you start, you can't stop. Or it's going to be hard for you to stop. It's going to be hard for you to give up.
My end is waiting at the beginning. Abandoned like Helios. Last drive. Failed escape. Fatal crash. My memories have been rearranged into spiral patterns I cannot comprehend, dragging me into the deepest of the deep. I will go there now, as you will.
Boy, my bad, y'all. Boy, like I said, that itis got activated, but for real though, like, it's just not the way. It's not the way. It's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not nothing normal. It's not nothing nice. It's not nothing that's gonna change. You know what I'm saying? It's not nothing that's gonna help you in the long run. It's not nothing that's gonna inspire you to change. It's not none of that. But it's very much, you know what I'm saying, I'm depressed, I'm lonely, I need something that high, that sex high or that drug high it's like I need a fix. And so you'll feel it, you know, literally, it's quite literally scratching and crawling at your brain, all in the pursuit of something that, under the normal circumstances, you wouldn't even be tripping off of as much. But because you had a fear of missing out, or a fear of not being included, or a fear of this, or a fear of that, these things have tend to happen. You know what I'm saying? So you have to decide, hey, am I bigger than this addiction? Am I bigger than this problem? Am I big? Can I do it on my own? Do I need some help? What is it? And you gotta pray and get closer to God. You know what I'm saying? Because these are the things, well, you know, these are the things that help me, but you ultimately have to make a decision. Are you going to be pitiful because this is what you theoretically wanted, but all the troubles that come along with it, babies, diseases, court, stays in court, drugs, lengthier sentences, jail time, loss of your job. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's a lot to be considering of, and drugs and sex just ain't the way. It ain't gonna heal you from your problems. It's not gonna shield. It's not going to, you know what I'm saying? It's just not going to make a difference or matter, because your problem's gonna still be there when you get there. You know what I'm saying? It's still going to be there when you're experiencing it. So I'm feeling like I'm having itis right now. So I'm gonna come back. We're gonna probably come back when Tales of a Simp get through, and then if I got time tonight, I'm gonna jump back on here again. But I hope y'all enjoyed this. I hope y'all learned something. You know, shout out to Lily. Asked me to, you know, do this or whatever. So here we are. It's Big Kill Zone on your phone, and money still long, and the team is forever ever strong. And I'm out. Peace.